And we are live. This is Grandmaster Jonathan Field here of Cobourg Taekwondo. Welcome to this afternoon's live stream. We are on Friday, April 5th, 2024. We are broadcasting live both on YouTube and Facebook today. So, this is what we're going to do. So, we'll see if anybody pops onto the live today. And if you do, you are more than welcome to submit any questions that you may have. So I also have a bunch of questions that I got off my YouTube channel. I have them on my phone here, and I'll be answering a bunch of random questions. So again, today is a live Q&A. So again, if you're just jumping on, welcome to the live Q&A. If you have any comment or questions, please leave them in the comment, and I will be able to see them up on the screen here, and we will get to answering questions and comment. Like I said a few seconds ago, I got a bunch of questions sitting here on my phone as well from my Facebook channel. So I'm gonna start answering questions off my phone. If anybody has questions, please go ahead and put them in the comment section, and I will do my best to answer them. So basically, today's topic is about secrets of the martial arts you should know. So we'll see if I answer any secrets that people might want to know. Alright, so the first question I have here comes from one of my videos on YouTube called Who Wins Double Nunchuck versus Bow Staff. So the question is, what bow staff do you use? So in this video, I was using a competition bow staff made by G4. So those are really nice lightweight bow staff that all the top competitors use in the tournament circuit that are relatively strong. They're always fancy with different colors and very shiny. And Ancient Warrior, hello. Nice to see that you're on. Again, if anybody wants to chime in or ask me a question or comment, let me know. So yeah, going back to that question, like I said, the I use for like I'm doing like non-traditional martial arts style form or kata or plumset with weapons, particularly the bow. I use G4. They seem to be a really good brand. And then when I'm doing like a traditional bow kata, I like to use a 6 foot bow staff or bow, not supposed to say bow staff. And the one that I use is like a white lotus wood. That's like it's not like super heavy, but it's not super light. It's like a medium weight full staff. I really like that full staff. Okay, I'm gonna move on to the next question I have here on my phone again. Anybody watching live, by all means, feel free to leave some comments or questions, and I will get to you. Alright, so the second question I have on my phone here comes from a video or on a video called Next Level Martial Art Brain Technique. So the question is, you are amazing, my brother, but can I ask you how you increase the thickness and size of your hands? So they're probably referring to my hands. So I'm not a very tall person, but about 5'5". However, for somebody my size, I do have thick hands. So yeah, number one, it's just genetic. I just was born with thick hands. But as far as the thickness goes, so I've been a competitive breaker on the international level, world level since 2007. So I've been conditioning my hands and my body for since 2007. But I would say in the last 4 or 5 years, I've been doing a lot more kung fu, um, iron palm style training, which basically, if anybody knows like Shaolin iron palm, you have to have bags full of like mung bean or gravel or iron shot, and so I practice a lot of conditioning with that, and it's actually a healthier way of developing strength and conditioning in your hand versus the old like traditional Okinawan way of hitting something hard or hitting a Makiwara. So that's really, what I do to condition my hand to get them like a little bit bigger, a little bit thicker, which really does play a factor when you're striking concrete. It just keeps your hand safer but also healthier. Okay, let's move on to another question. Again, anybody watching, if you have any question at all about martial art or comments, please leave them in the comments here. I'll bring them up on the screen, and I'll be more than happy to answer them. Okay, moving on to our third question of the day from one of my videos entitled 2023 Ontario Martial Arts Symposium. The question is, hi, Mr. Field, few questions for you. What style of Taekwondo do you practice, and what degree black belt are you? All right, two questions there. So, I practice World Taekwondo, or sometimes known as Olympic Taekwondo, but I focus more on the traditional self-defense style of Taekwondo, not so much the Olympic style of sparring. So that's the style I practice. And then what degree am I? So I hold a 7th degree black belt in Taekwondo, which is in my style or our style is a Grandmaster's level. So that's why it's Grandmaster Challenge Field. And I also hold an that 7th degree of my Grandmaster, Veronica DeSantos of DeSantos Martial Arts. I also currently hold, and I got these updated, a 6th degree black belt in Taekwondo with the Kwon, and a 5th degree black belt in Taekwondo um, with the Kujuan. I got these updated, as well as I have a 6th degree with the American Breaking Combative Taekwondo Federation. I got those updated for my 7th degree. A comment here Sadway 02 or 502, sorry. Hi, Master. Hello. Again, anybody that has any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. I'm answering questions on anything and everything martial arts. So I specialize in competitive breaking. So if you want anything about breaking or sparring or form, self defense, you name it, or about my school, Cobourg Taekwondo, I'll answer those questions. In the meantime, I have questions on my phone here that I'm drawing from. Sean Albright. Hello, Sean. How you doing? Sean has two of his daughters here studying our Taekwondo program as well as our women's empowerment self-defense classes. Both his daughters are very talented martial artists, and I know Sean used to practice uh, an offshoot of Ten Sozo way back in the day. So I'm glad you're on here. Again, anybody that's on here, please leave a comment, say hi. If you have a question, let me know. Again, I'm just kind of spending the next 45 minutes or so answering various martial arts questions, mainly getting them off of my YouTube channel. So in the meantime, how are you doing, Master? I am doing fantastic. How are you doing? I hope you are having a fantastic day. It's been weird weather the last week or so, but yeah, I'm doing great. School's doing good. Physically, I'm doing good. Um, Everything's just good. I mean, at the end of the day, there's no such thing as a bad day. There's only maybe bad moments in your day. It's up to you to make your day positive. Okay, I'm gonna move on to the next question. This question comes from a video on my YouTube channel entitled Tonfa versus Calistic, which is better. So let's see what this person has to say. Tonfa is better for defending, in my opinion, but Cali stick for attacking. You can get hardwood, 1 1/4 stick Cali stick instead of rattan one or even the heavy metal one, just like you can get metal tonfas with sharp ends. But tonfas and Cali are both totally different styles of fighting. One can master both, but one will always prefer one over the other if he had to use them for real in a combat situation. That is correct. I guess that's more of a comment. So I kind of wanted to go a little bit beyond that comment. So yeah, so everybody's gonna have their own preference as far as whatever martial art weapon they use. Definitely Tonfa versus the Kali stick. I feel that the Kali stick is definitely better for attacking. It's faster. There's a lot more angle attack that you can get to. Tonfas, to me, are more of a power defensive, where you're gonna do hard style blocking and then hard striking. I also say that the Tonfa is kind of like a hybrid between the Kali stick and the nunchuck. That's my opinion. But if I had to choose a weapon myself, it's definitely the Kali stick for sure. Again, if we're getting questions off my YouTube channel that I have on my phone here, but anybody that's on the live stream, if you, whether you're on Facebook or YouTube, if you want to go ahead and leave a comment or ask a question in the comments, I will more than gladly answer them. Again, my background is in Taekwondo, competitive ranking. I actually studied formally like 6, 7 different styles of martial art. And I like to hop on here once in a while and interact with all you guys. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and go to another question. This is from a video that I entitled "How to Grip a Bokken." So Bokken or Bokudo is a wooden katana. The question is, how would you hold the Bokken if the tuba were to be on it? Because I hold mine, but the plastic handguard or tuba just scratches my hand and hand irritatingly. There we go. Sorry. So what they're referring to is traditional Bokken or Bokudo does not have a guard, but more modern ones have these plastic guards or shupas on the Bokudo, which basically simulate the guard on steel katana. Now, people hold the Bokken wrong. So whether they have a guard or whether there's no guard, it's the same grip. And how I was taught to do it by Grandmaster or Shihan Dana Abbott on how to hold a Bokken or even a katana is if you're using your right hand to be the top hand and the left hand on the bottom, your right hand, think of it like you're holding a pen. So your right hand basically is the same grip, and if you're gonna write with a pen, your left hand or the bottom hand will be like you're gripping a hammer. So gripping a hammer like this. But what a lot of people do is they'll take their right hand with the hand that's on top. They kind of grip it like they're using like a Scottish claymore or like a medieval broadsword. So you don't want to grip it like this. You actually want to grip it like this. I don't know if you can really see that or not, but basically, I grip the sword like this. So that if this is the guard of the sword, this is how my grip is. So you know there's all that space up here, where my thumb is right now, there's all this space. Not like this, which is what a lot of people do, and yes, that will irritate you. So you want to kind of grip it more like this. This allows you to have that dexterity. That allows you to actually slice with the sword and not hack at it like you're hacking with a hatchet or an axe. And so, like, especially when you look at a katana, it's basically a 27.5 inch razor blade. That sword alone will cut by itself without having you do much. All you kind of have to do is guide it, and same with when you're using a pen, you're just kind of guiding the pen on the paper. Versus if you're using a crayon, you kind of have to put some heavy pressure on it, right? And we don't need to do that with a 7 inch or 27 inch razor blade. Again, if you have any questions, please feel free to leave comments and I will get back to you. Okay, we're gonna move on to question number 5 from my YouTube channel here. Again, these are all on my phone pre-selected. Um, This is coming off a video called 5 Starting Drills to Help You Kick Faster. So, the question is, and it's like all in capital, where's your guard? Okay, so let's talk about guard, your sparring guard, or your fighting guard in martial art, right? There's so many different styles of martial art. There's different ways of having your guard. So, boxers, kickboxers, this let's say this is a classical one, or you might have guards up here. If you look at Taekwondo, modern Taekwondo, and Olympic Taekwondo, sometimes you'll see their hands are just kind of down here, right? Versus like if you look at the superfoot style, the wall style is rear hand up, front hand down. So if I turn sideways here, right? Those are different guards versus like a Muay Thai guard versus maybe a boxing guard, a point style of guard. There's all kinds of guards within martial art, and depending on your style, can also depend on the strategy. A lot of times, strategy is dictated by the rule of your style. So what they're referring to in that video, you say, "Where's my guard?" So I was probably, I can't remember the exact video while I was doing that video, but I probably had kind of like the super foot guard. So I'm gonna kind of go into that just for a second. So the superfoot stance or the guard within the superfoot system is your back hand's up. This hand is protecting anything that's kind of coming sideways at your head. So, and the reason why it's down low is so I'm not burning the energy off and making the shoulder tired. And this allows me to obviously work my punches pretty relatively easy. Because all your punches come from the shoulder. Stepping down here. Now the front hand is down in front of my body. The reason the front hand is down in front of my body, if you were in front like this, now all of this is protecting anything coming, anything from kicking that. All I do is rotate my body, and the arm is gonna basically block the kick. And then, since I'm sideways, if there's any type of roundhouse or hook punch coming over here, obviously I have this hand as my guard. But then, any type of straight line attack or attack that's a little bit further away and coming at my head, if I'm in a sideways stance, all I have to do is lean back, lift up my shoulder, and my shoulder is going to help protect my head. But also, one of the reasons why we're standing sideways is less surface area for you to attack, but also having my hands down low, protecting more of my body, it kind of gives you a false sense of security because what I'm doing is I'm baiting you. I'm basically saying, here's my head, come for my head. And I know that. And if you look at even like boxers like Floyd Mayweather Jr., Muhammad Ali, they try to do stuff like that too, where their hands are down because they're baiting. They want you to go for the head. They know that. So it's like a Trojan horse, right? So that's probably what they were going into about the working guard, probably being a smart ass, but they don't understand strategy. You gotta understand strategy and the rules, and you can pass away different cards. There's a lot of effective cards out there. Basically, you just have to have an effective strategy. Alright, again, if anybody has any questions, live questions, please let me know. If not, I'm still gonna go ahead and answer questions off of my phone here. Alright, so this question comes from a video called 3 Days Out Journey to 7th Degree Black Belt in Taekwondo. So this was a video where I was 3 days out testing for my 7th degree black belt, and I was just kind of doing like daily update. So the question is, I'm in Ohio wondering where I can go to learn the Superfoot system. So I'm also a 3rd degree black belt in the Superfoot system underneath Grandmaster Phil Superfoot Wallace, a living legend in the kickboxing and PKA and back in the 70s and that. Um, and like I said, I have my 3rd degree black belt in his system, and when I originally found his system where I could learn it was, I believe, superfootsystem.com, or if you just go to Google it, you can find his website. And what you want to do is talk to Grandmaster Chris Nasky, who is the a director for the Superfoot system, and he's the director of business development, but also he's the director of black belt testing, and he's probably one of the better people to get a hold of and talk to him about what your goals are as far as learning the Superfoot system and whether you want to go ahead and test or you just want to learn it. Now, myself, Super Taekwondo is a certified training school for the Superfoot system because I am the first ever certified instructor under the new instructor certification. So, in the Superfoot system, we have affiliate school where schools teach the Superfoot system but they're not certified to do it. And then there's certified training schools, such as our Cobourg Taekwondo here, where we went through the process of being certified to learn how to teach the Superfoot strategy and how Bill Wallace would do it. But yeah, definitely go check out the Superfoot system, like .com or just Google it and try to get a hold of Chris Nasky. Let him know that I told you, and we kind of go from there. Again, anybody watching live, if you want to leave a comment or a question, please let me know. And go ahead and do it in the comment, and I will be glad to answer anything that you might have. Mm. Okay, so I'm gonna go in the meantime to another question here. Looks like it's question number 8 so far from my phone here. This question is coming from a video called Kung Fu Iron Palm versus Karate Nakamura Training. Um, so this guy said, sorry for the spam. I think YouTube is blocking my comment, which they can, I guess, maybe. Do you use any healing medicine? Just how so. So no, I myself don't use any of the Chinese or Japanese herbal medicine or ointments that you rub into your skin. I do know people that use it religiously. Um, all from like 2007 till 2024, I've never had to really use that. My hands are really healthy, especially since I started using the current method of the iron palm training that one of my buddies from Ireland, Sifu, Keith Fanning from Ireland, who's the Grandmaster of Blue Dragon Wu Chun Kung Fu, and they specialize in a lot of ranking and I follow his method. So if you want to learn his method, I would recommend checking it out. I believe his website is seafoodcheesefanding.com. And actually, today is Friday, April 5th. On Sunday, April 7th at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Seafood and I will be doing a podcast live here on YouTube. And he might answer some more questions based on he's a highly regarded Grandmaster Kung Fu, world class, world champion competitor, world record holder. So that's going to be a really great podcast. You can now be this Sunday at 9 p.m. or if you're watching it watching it live several days later. It's probably already up on my YouTube channel, so make sure you subscribe, like, and hit that notification bell. All right, moving on to the next question that I have here on my phone. Again, if you have any questions, please leave it in the comments. All right, so this question comes from a video entitled Tonfa versus Double Nunchuck. Who wins? Hey man, I got a question. Are Tom songs easier to use? Also, keep up the good work, man. You're talented and martial art respect. So, thank you for the question and comment. Are Tom songs easier to use than nunchuck? By far, any weapon that is non-sectional or non-flexible is far easier to use than a sectional weapon like nunchucks, where you have two handles and a string or a chain, versus tonfa, which is just a stick and a handle. So that's a little bit easier to use for sure. I would definitely say it depends on your skill level and your interest level. Um, I like both of them. I've always been a chucker. I've been, what's the word? Unformally working with nunchucks since I've been like maybe 5 or 6 years old, thanks to Michelangelo and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. But yeah, definitely Tom funds are easier to use. Um, but I would also say that nunchucks are easier to fake because you can spin them. You can look really cool real quick. So that's kind of subjective on that. Okay, moving on to our next question here. Coming from a video I titled Five Foreign Drills to Help You Kick Faster. So I already mentioned this video earlier. Um, Here it is. I want to kick higher, but I don't know how. Okay, so let's go over a few tips on how can you kick higher. So again, being a Taekwondo Grandmaster, Taekwondo is one of the main components of Korean Taekwondo, kicking I mean, and how do you kick higher? Number one, work on your flexibility. So you want to work on your front and side or box splits. You really want to get those splits. Like, yes, they are extremely painful and hard to achieve, but daily practice of the split will help you get kicking higher, number one. Number two, it may seem simple, but it really does help, and that is simply to chamber or lift your knee up higher. Practicing getting your knees up higher in the various chambers and holding them makes it easier. A lot of people just kind of shoulder kick or just kind of lifting their leg up. No, I tell my students you want to lift the knee or chamber the knee. Consider how big the kneecap is or how small it is compared to the sheer mass and size of your leg. Obviously, the kneecap is easier. So if you focus on lifting or chambering the knee, that's also easier. So working your flexibility, working your chamber. Also, practicing lifting up and holding out your kicks and seeing how long you can hold them out. And while holding them out, try to lift that kick a little bit higher. So, and then this practice, practice, practice. Also, when you're practicing on a bag or if you have a holder holding mitts or paddles or shield for you, practice kicking higher. Practice, practice, practice. A lot of times just putting in the work and having a goal of I want to try to get a little bit higher. And what I mean by just a little bit higher, each training session is like think like millimeters or centimeters. People think like, oh, I can six here, but I want six here. So I try to go from here to here in like a day. No. If I want six here and I'm here, think little bit at a time. Think 1% improvement each time you train. That adds up real quick. Number one, really work that flexibility. That is key. Flexibility. Okay. If you have any questions, please let me know. And I'm gonna move forward with more questions here on my phone. Yeah, I'm getting all these questions from these different YouTube videos I have posted. Next one is jab cross combo superfoot kicking system. That's the video. Why so many have low lead hand, good way to get punched in the face. So we did discuss this a little bit earlier in this live, so I'm going to reintegrate it real quick without going into too much detail. I already covered it. So if you want to know more, make sure you kind of go back earlier in the video. So what you're referring to that video was one of my Superfoot classes, and everybody had again that Superfoot stance, the Superfoot guard, back hand up, bottom hand low, the reason why the low hands down is to protect the body from kicks. Again, we know that's what it's for, and if somebody's trying to hit us in the head with straight line technique, we simply lean back a little bit, lifting the shoulder up to protect our head. Like, it's part of the superfoot strategy. It's there for a purpose. It's not being lazy. What you do, again, we'll see people with lazy hands, or some people just don't know better. But there is a reason why we do it, and it's part of the strategy. So it's not bad form or anything like that. Okay, moving on to our next question. I have one, two, three. So I got five more questions left. Comments here on my phone here, and if anybody else has any questions, please let me know. So, this is coming, and again, looks like this is from the same video of jab cross combo superfoot system. Um, I think it's a comment and question all in one. It's important to practice good technique. Repetition is good for muscle memory, but you're going to have crap form if you don't practice good technique each time. I agree with that. Perfect practice makes perfect, and I disagree with that. There's no such thing as perfect technique or perfect practice. Practice does not make perfect. Practice makes permanent. In a knockdown dragout fight, all of you, and according to all the people in the video, telegraph, I'm not trying to be a dick, but actually you are. In fact, it's good to see Taekwondo people using their hands. Yeah, we do use our hands more than most Taekwondo schools. Unlike the Olympic style, as you know, Olympic style he always referring to, the older dude at the end is the only one who doesn't telegraph as much. So again, this is a case where people don't understand what the superfoot system is, or they don't understand specific strategies, right? That's why I know for myself, I won't comment on people's strategies or form on YouTube. If I have an opinion, I'll keep it to myself because people are going to believe what they want, or I may not understand the strategy. There's definitely some bad stuff out there. But again, with the superfoot system or any system, there's specific reasons why we have our hands where they are. And if you actually look at fighting, like let's say let's watch, let's say watch UFC. Not every UFC fighter comes in like this, or not every UFC fighter has their hand like down, or there's a lot of different guards, and everybody kind of has their own strategy, and it's important to understand uh, each strategy. So this person kind of being a little bit of a dick, but not really. But he simply does not understand the strategy. So I'm not sure if my screen is locking up here. So I'm gonna go ahead and check my phone here to make sure that we are still live. So I think we're still live. Yeah. So it looks like my screen's locked, so hopefully you can still hear me. It looks like you can. I'm gonna kind of continue on with the questions here. If you have any questions, please let me know. And we have four more questions on my phone. Alright, fourth last question for today, coming from a video titled Alright, perfect. Sean, thanks for letting me know that you can still hear me. I don't know what is going on with my live stream. Something weird happening here. Um, Alright, well, sounds like we had a little bit of technical glitch there, but everything seems to be going good. So anyway, so back to this is the fourth question or fourth last question of today. Coming from a video called Kung Fu Iron Palm versus War Training. So you get another question from this video. Can you break coconut? How long have you been training your hand? Well, number one, I guess I'm not sure how long I've been training my hand. I've been training my hand since probably day one of martial arts training. Formally anyway. I think I was doing a little bit of breaking as a child, or at least a teenager. I remember way back when in my grandparents' backyard, and my cousin's backyard, they had like the really thin pieces of like broken fence that somebody took down, like these little short boards. And I was already kind of breaking with them. I don't know why, but I guess breaking into my blood. And then I've been conditioning my hand a lot since maybe 2005. And then within the last 5 or 6 years, I've been more serious about the kung fu style of conditioning the hand, which my hands feel a lot better from that type of conditioning. And then kind of the first question in that comment was, can you break coconut? Yeah, I have broken a few coconut in my competitive career. If anybody knows the physics or what they say that it takes something like 1,100 pounds of pressure to break a human. No, 13. What was it? 1,100 pound psi to break a human skull or crack a human skull, and coconuts is something like 1,300 pounds of pressure. So in essence, if you can break a coconut, you can crack somebody's skull. So if you have that ability, don't do it. Coconuts are definitely not my favorite to break, just because of they're rounded and just find they hit you back pretty hard. And anything if anybody knows anything about breaking, you hear a lot of comments about, oh, boards don't hit back, bricks don't hit back. They do when you don't break them. If you hit something and it doesn't break, the apparently the physics is if I hit something with 1,000 pounds of pressure and I don't break it, 2,000 pounds of pressure comes back at me. And I have a little bit of water here. And we're almost done today's live stream. So if you have any questions, make sure you go ahead and get them in the comments before I pop off. Alright, the third last question or comment for today comes from a video, What's Up Monday, Cobourg Taekwondo. Always wanted to learn a martial art. I still want to, but money is too tight at the moment. Even then, I'm probably choose Muay Thai. But kudos to those of you that will be learning a martial art, and kudos to you that run this channel. Much respect, and I wish you all the best. Well, thank you for that kind comment. Yeah. So if you can't afford martial art, some places can be really expensive. Some places can be extremely cheap. Some people are kind of in the middle. I find for myself, I try to be reasonable with my pricing at my school. I'm definitely not the cheapest, but I'm not necessarily the most expensive. But I also realize that what martial arts does and what we teach has a greater value than just the physical martial arts aspect, like the life skills, character developing, real life self defense, just becoming a better person, and what martial arts does for you mentally and physically. There's a lot of value to that. So I do believe that professional martial artists that are doing a good job, like a really good job, now they should be compensated. But number one, maybe start out in school that's a little bit on the cheaper end and try to just get some training in, and then maybe upgrade from there. There is some good online courses, there's a lot of bad online courses in martial arts, like anything, but there's also some good ones. There's some good YouTube videos out there. It all depends on what you want to get out of it. Like I personally believe that you should go to a training school, a training center, or academy. But there's all kinds of ways of learning it. I mean, there's generations of people that just kind of are learning martial arts on YouTube. Actually, let me put it this way: there's a lot. I'm going to talk about modern and non-traditional martial art competitions, so like modern weapons and extreme forms and so forth. You're a badass man. Thank you. So if you look at today's competitors, from when I started competing in like non-traditional weapons back in like oh late 2000, early 2010, when I was doing some like nunchucks and bolt shots and team sync stuff, we didn't really YouTube really wasn't really a thing back then. So competitors were just kind of like learning from each other at competition. But then once YouTube and the internet really kind of picked up, today's competitors are learning so much faster and learning and inventing all kinds of moves because they're being inspired by each other because they just simply go online and learn. But the thing is, you'll find is what they're doing is especially young ones, they're learning the martial arts, traditional martial arts from their instructor, and then they're being inspired to work on the modern martial arts, so they're going online, like looking up like the U.S. Open, Ocean State, National, so many different competitions. I can't think of them all on top of my head right now. But all these different ISKA, NAFTA style competitions, and they're watching what has been previously done, and they're using that to learn what was been done, and then they up it. So I know even like some of my students, like some of the stuff that they know that I don't know, like I can help them learn and I can help them with their traditional martial arts stuff. That's another way people are learning or upgrading their skill. I don't know if that answered your question, but hopefully it did. Okay, I got two more questions on my phone here, and then if anybody else has any questions, actually, we're almost done anyway. I was planning on being here about 45 minutes, and we're almost up anyway. Alright, so second last question. A little bit of talk here, sorry. Um, from the video on Tonfa versus Cali which is better? The question is it possible to use Cali technique with the Tonfa? And the answer is yes. So I have belief that all martial art is technically one. Now, I only have different names, different martial arts, you have different strategy, different geographical location, and force. But I mean, at the end of the day, a punch is a punch, a kick is a kick. And when we're talking Cali stick versus Tom Fog or even like nunchuck, let's say this was a Cali stick, I can do a strike from my 1 o'clock to my 7 o'clock, from my 11 o'clock to my 5 o'clock, or X marks the spot. You can literally do that exact same line of attack with the Tonfa, right? You have this is the handle, I strike it this way, I strike this way. So, or even if I had a training knife, for example, right? I can use that same line of attack as this. If I had more of an inverted grip, I can grip like this, I can attack more like this. Same angle. So almost any weapon can be used relatively the same or have relatively same strategy. So actually, here at Cobourg Taekwondo, I was actually just teaching full staff on Wednesday night, and what we started was we did a short full staff Kihun Kata, so very short warm up pattern, and then we went and did a longer full staff form Kata from Shorin Karate from Okinawa, and then from there we taught a drill from Filipino martial art called Samana, which you will see done with calisthenics, and we actually applied that concept, that strategy to our full staff. So there you go. So they can be trained relatively same strategy. Each weapon also has its advantages and disadvantages or pros and cons. But yeah, almost any weapon can be used relatively the same. Alright, I have one last question on my phone here, and if nobody else wants to comment, we're gonna call this live stream for today. So the last one that I have on my phone here from a video, 5 star drill to help you 6 faster Taekwondo. The question is practicing without anything to tick okay? And the answer to that is yes. Um, I don't know. I'm gonna bring this comment up here on the screen now. So if you just commented, and this is you. Can you let me know what that means? I'm not quite sure what that means. So thank you for watching. What was the question again? Oh, it's okay to practice kicking if you don't have anything to hit. Yes. If you look at any traditional martial arts that had forms, katanas, or moveset, there's always kicks within those forms. So when you're practicing kicking without having something necessarily to kick, like a bag or some kind of target or a partner with target, then you would slow down your kick. You wouldn't fully extend, so reduce the risk of hyperextending. and you would practice more your chamber, your agility, your control, the form of the kick. And you can simply do that by doing your different pieces of footwork with the kick. Staying still, working the chamber, and the kick. Holding the kick up, doing multiple repetitions of a kick, working your balance and turns before putting your foot out. Holding a wall or a chair, holding your leg up and tossing out a bunch of kicks like roundhouses, side kicks, and hook kicks to work the endurance, the speed of your kick. So yeah, it's okay to kick without having something to hit. Just be very careful. Don't go full forward so that you don't increase the chance of hyperextending your knee or pulling a ligament or a tendon within the knee or behind the knee. Been there, done that a couple times. It is a common injury. Um, yeah, totally. Same with it's no different than boxers or MMA or any type of fighter that practice shadow boxing, right? They're moving around. My throat is dry while I'm talking. It's like a little bit of a cough. Mm. There we go. Anyway, it's like boxers doing or MMA fighters, kickboxers, boxers, self-defense people, whatever, and they're practicing their shadow boxing, right? They're not going full out. They're not going super hard and full extending and hyperextending the knee and or the elbow and pulling the muscles in the biceps and that. They're going light. They're working their technique, making it good, working their serve, focusing on the combinations that they want to practice. You do the same thing. You call it shadow kicking in Taekwondo or kickboxing or superfoot system, shadow kicking. You're moving around, you're working your footwork, you're practicing your kick, nice and light. You're not going hard because there's nothing in front of you. It's more about, practicing and just getting the technique, getting the repetition, working speed, working your endurance, working your conditioning, practicing, mixing around, having a good time. Really, at the end of the day, you have to enjoy your martial arts training. So make it enjoyable, train hard, stay out there and train. Um, yeah, so that was all the questions that I had on my phone, and I guess I answered a couple of them on screen here. But if I'm gonna pop off here in about a minute, unless anybody has any future comment or not future anybody has any comment or a question that you want me to address right now, please go ahead and do it, or I'm going to pop off. And again, I want to remind everybody if you're watching this live or you're watching this before Sunday, April 7th, we'll be doing a live podcast on this channel, on my YouTube channel here. Make sure you subscribe, like, comment, and all that good jazz. Because on Sunday, April 7th at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time or 5 p.m. if you're in Ireland, 8 a.m. if you are Central Time, etc. I'm doing a live podcast with my friends from Ireland. Guy Sifu, Keith Fanning, great Kung Fu Master, world champion, world record holder, great guy, very talented, very knowledgeable martial artist in Kung Fu and very good style. Him and I will be doing a podcast, my podcast, the Martial Art Master Podcast, and we will be we'll be chatting about breaking and kung fu and taekwondo, our history together, training. Again, you can pop on and ask us questions. So that will be this Sunday, April 7th at 9 p.m. or sorry, 9 a.m. and Eastern Standard Time. And again, if you're seeing this after Sunday, April 7th, the podcast will be on my channel again. Subscribe, like, comment, do all that good jazz, share, and I will see you all guys next time.